beer in the world, 98 sinners with beer. You take one down, turn him around, 97 sinners with beer in the world. 97 sinners with beer in the world, 97 sinners with beer. You take one down, turn him around, 97 sinners with beer in the world. 96 sinners with beer in the world.
Thanks, guys. I think that version is a lot more, edifying for the church trip. See, Esther's a poet, and she didn't even know it. But her feet show it. They're Longfellows.
No, they aren't. They're perfect. I was fashioned by a master craftsman, Pastor Dave.
Esther's feet sing music? Oh, man, he burned you.
Well, anyhow, I know you're all not quite done with your little song, but I thought I'd interject briefly to remind you that as soon as we get to Camp Gloryland, we have an orientation meeting with the staff. So I want you all to go straight to the meeting hall. I want you all to go to the hall. Hey, what do you know? I'm a bit of a poet myself. Do you think I could be a rapper, kids? Hey, I want you all to go straight to the hall. Be sure not to fall. We'll have a ball. Hope this bus doesn't stall. Man, these trees are tall. Philippians was written by Paul. Let's go witness at the mall. Man's a sinner from the fall. Joshua march around the wall.
Pastor Dave, what is free time today? Because we have some things we need to discuss and pray about in private.
Oh, I don't know, Seth and Beth. We'll just have to wait and see.
Hurry, someone starts singing that stupid song before he starts rapping again. Did you smell Granny's shawl? Southern folks speak with a drawl.
I concur with that assessment. Over.
Hey kids, are we excited about another exciting year of excitement here at Camp Gloryland? Woohoo! I said, are we excited about another exciting year of excitement at Camp Gloryland?
You bet. I mean, this is so stupid.
Well, are we going to have an incredible time this year or what? I'm the program supervisor here at Camp Gloryland, and my name is Nicholas Coopersmith. But those who were here last year know I'm just known as Quick Nick. Can I hear you go crazy? Yes. Hey, we got a question right up here up front. What's your name? Sport?
No, good guess though, Picnic. Sport is actually a dog's name, I think. My name is Stephen Jenkins.
That's a Quick Nick, Stephen Jenkins. But you had a question.
Yes, thank you. My question is, how did you obtain your catchy pseudonym?
Now, that's a great question. I actually thought it up myself, believe it or not. I knew if I was going to pump you kids up, the old Nicholas Coopersmith just wasn't going to cut it. So I thought about it for a while, and I tried some different options like In Dog or In Rock, the Nickster or Nickorama. But it just didn't quite have the pizzazz like Quick Nick.
So it's not because you're an avid fan of consuming sandwiches from a basket while sitting on a blanket?
No, you're not understanding me. It's Quick Nick. You know, like fast, speedy.
Well, if you're trying to imply speed, perhaps you should have chosen something more like Snack Time or Power Bar instead of Picnic, which seems more leisurely.
It's Quick Nick! Quick Nick! I bet it's because you pick your nose all the time. Oh, I burned you! Awesome! Whatever. Listen, kids, it's now my privilege to introduce the director of Camp Gloryland, the man behind the myth, the life behind the legend, the senior behind the story, my boss, Mr. Wrinkles. Can I hear ya go crazy?
Thank you, Nicholas.
Quick Nick.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Picnic. Greetings and salutations, my young friends. Let me welcome you all to Gloryland. Boy, have we ever got some kind of a program for you all this year. We're going to have more fun than ever before. But before we get down to it, we got to talk about some of our traditions.
What are traditions?
What are traditions, you ask? Well, they're like rules. Only when you call them traditions, young people don't complain. That's because young people ain't too bright. I learned that trick from the crummy camp where I used to go when I was a kid, Hume Lake. At Hume Lake, they got these very same traditions, you see, but whereas they use fancy, schmancy videos to explain the rules, the traditions, I mean, I have asked our cook, the Chow Gal, good morning, babies, and our mate's man, Gus,
Yeah.
to do a series of dramas by way of explanation. close attention, campers, because everything you need to know in order to enjoy your time at camp and to avoid the deeply shameful and potentially life-threatening consequences of mischievous behavior are detailed in these dramas. So, now, we got here any questions before we begin? Yes, the one in the back.
Yeah, like, when you say potentially life-threatening, like, is that supposed to be, like, a threat? Because, like, if you even, like, did anything mean to my life, my dad would so totally be furious and mad.
Well, isn't that interesting? I'd say, based on your generation's appearance and poor vocabulary, your father spends most of his time being furious and mad.
Thank you, he certainly does.
All right now, children, with no further ado, it is my privilege and pleasure to present to you the first annual Gloryland Traditions Extravaganza.
Fellow camper, today I have decided that I will no longer be eating the delicious and thoroughly cooked food at Camp Gloryland because of my religious preferences, low self-esteem, sin nature, and or because of rumors I have recently heard circulated about the deadly nature of carbohydrates. Also, I am a vegetarian because my parents are hippies.
Wow, female co-camper, that is interesting. I too have decided to ditch the meals, but it is because I am eager to steal my cabin mates' possessions while they are otherwise occupied. But if we don't go to meals, something bad could happen. It is against the rules, you know.
I do not care. Meals are not important at all. Oh, woe is me. As a result of my poor choices, I am weak from dehydration and will probably pass into unconsciousness soon, likely hitting my head on a bedpost or tree stump during my fall and rendering me unable to defend myself against the carnivorous local wildlife.
She'd better be on the lookout for that devious maintenance man, or he'll rob her blinded in that weakened condition. Look out, fair maiden!
I wish I could help you, female co-camper, but due to my current state of malnutrition, I was unable to avoid authorities who apprehended me on account of my thievery, and I have now been sentenced to life imprisonment for my crimes. Oh, how I wish I had gone to all the meals.
This is so fake. Like, why would anyone ever want to miss a meal? Stupid!
He's absolutely correct. It's important to eat a balanced diet if you want to get away from the man.
Hey, boyfriend, if we are going to sneak away into the bushes in order to exchange the sweet nectar of our hungry kisses, we must do so while the other campers are all in the prayer meeting.
I think they're on to us.
Yes, my love bug. Our secret romance can only be cultivated in the darkness because we are too young, socially awkward, and or grossly unattractive to be openly affectionate with one another. Let us steal away to a quiet place where we can take advantage of each other's mutual need of acceptance.
But honey pie, didn't the leader say that we were not supposed to be absent from the prayer meeting? Won't they notice that we aren't in attendance?
How could they notice? We are but two in a crowd of many. Those rules only succeed in dousing the flame of our love.
I'm cold. So cold. I'm so very, very cold.
As am I, dear one. How could we have known that because of our blatant disregard for the rules, we would wind up lost in the dark heart of the forest, both of us with broken legs, hemmed in on all sides by the worst blizzard in 30 years, and now having to be in the awkward position of deciding who will make the ultimate sacrifice for the continued preservation of the other. If only...
If only what, my love?
If only we had gone to the prayer meeting.
You're right. And I think we should just be friends. Bitterly called friends.
Oh, the humanity.
I kissed dating goodbye. Well, I sort of waved it goodbye. I was never actually close enough to dating to actually kiss goodbye.
If I were stuck in the forest with her, I'd be happy to be eaten by a wolf.
Hello, male camper. Because of my below-average intellect, total lack of healthy role models, and desperate need for attention, I have chosen this skimpy attire in an effort to distract you from my sad lack of personality, while still covering up enough to avoid prosecution. These are modern times, and for a modern young woman like myself, modesty is a hindrance. Besides, I'm proud of my body.
What in heaven's name is this play rated? Should we be watching this without some sort of release form from our parental figures?
Boy, I wish I'd known then what I know now. The doctor says that I may never walk again. I didn't think those leather pants could cut off the blood flow permanently. I have also had to have my bare midriff amputated because of prolonged exposure to the elements and ultimately the onset of gangrene. And my piercing holes have all been infested with mountain chiggers. If only I'd been modest when they asked me to. None of the boys will ever want to date me now. Who wants a girlfriend with a chigger infestation? I'll tell you who. No one.
Modesty.
That's disgusting. Leather pants are so 2001.
In reality, mountain chiggers are very high in protein, and a large infestation could possibly sustain an average-sized human being for several days in the wild. I wonder if they could successfully breed in a belly button.
Now, this last one is a little ambiguous. That's so we can make it mean anything we want, see? Picnic, let's have the last edition, if you please.
Sure thing, boss. Our final tradition is no messing around. Now, what I want you to do is see if you can guess the rule before we reveal it. So can I hear you go crazy with guesses?
No Japanese blowguns?
Oh, dude, no roids.
No eating anything that lady gives you.
No coffee allowed?
Hey, she burned you.
No smoking! Yes, I'm the master of this game. Where's my prize?
Polyester?
Don't treating others like beasts of burden! Oh, so close. Oh, I've got it. Could it be Autobots dominate Decepticons in every encounter?
No driving cardboard cars.
Oh, dude, like no picking up chicks.
Always jump with the partner?
No co-ed swimming.
Don't wait your bed! I mean, anybody else want to have a go?
Are we in the same clothes 3 days in a row?
Well, youngsters, I think that just about sums it up. Well, now, if you want to live longer, avoid public humiliation and undermine the evil schemes of the communists, obey the rules, for goodness sake. Your parents want you to, Mr. Wrinkles wants you to, George Bush wants you to, and most importantly, you'll suffer horribly if you don't. Thank you very much, and have a great time at Camp Gloryland.
That was incredible. Much, much better than our version of Les Miserables. And so inspirational.
I'll say, I think I'll start a paper route right now.
Well, you can see why they chose to do it as a play. Another cheesy video would have been far too predictable and anticlimactic. Plus, if they went to this much trouble on the first day, just think what tomorrow will be like.
Faux shizzle, dog. I've got to say, that was such an awesome play, quite superb in every way. I'm glad we got to stay for another couple days after all we had to pay.